Working the legs, we're going to start with a little bit of joint mobility and a little bit of range of motion just to get the legs warm. So I want you to start by engaging that Pada Bandha, that energy lock, by lifting all 10 toes, feeling the tripod of your feet, so the big toe mounds, the pinky edge of the feet, and the center of each heel. And then I want you to see if you can individually place each toe down on the mat, just to encourage that energy and feel some fire in the legs. You should feel that energy travel up into the knees, finally into the hips, and bring your arms down by your side. Just close your eyes for a moment. Take a breath and bring some awareness to the body. From here, open your eyes and reach your arms up, find Tadasana, and just pause. So from the feet all the way through the fingertips, I want you to feel some energy. Pull the belly in. We're just going to take a nice side body stretch to the right. Coming back to the center, we'll take it to the left. Beautiful. Let's go one more time each side. Getting into the ribs, getting into the spine. And come back to center, keeping those feet glued to the mat. Look up, reach up, take a little stretch. And from here, bring your arms down by your side. So go ahead and bring your hands to your hips. You're going to take your feet about hip width distance apart, or about a fixed width distance, so about inner hip width distance apart. And again, you're going to find that energy lock. So lift all 10 toes, feel the big toe mounds. And then from here, you're just going to keep that energy. You're going to take your hips down and back. So immediately you start to engage through the hamstrings. My belly is pulling in and up, but there's a tilt through my pelvis. I'm going to reach my arms forward to create a little bit more energy. And notice my arms aren't just hanging out. There's energy through the arms and legs at the same time. From here, you're just going to pause, feel a little bit of heat through the hips, through the quads, through the hamstrings. So we're just going to move a few times through this. So you're going to get as low as you can, trying to get the thighs parallel with the mat. And then from here, you're going to straighten the legs. You're going to follow the gaze all the way down, coming into a forward fold Uttanasana. Pause here. From your forward fold, I just want you to take a look at your feet, feel the stretch of the legs. And if your hands don't touch the ground just yet, that's okay. We're just warming up the hamstrings. So this is a great place for a block if you need it. Otherwise, your hands can just reach for the ground. From here, you're going to start to take a bend through the knees. You're going to take that same squatting position. The knees move slightly forward as the hips move down and back. The belly pulls in. Notice my belly isn't resting on my thighs. Chest is pulling in, belly pulling in. And then we're just going to straighten the legs. From here, we're going to do that a few times. Moving through some reps, reaching the arms forward, getting those thighs down, and then straightening the legs and stretching. This is warming up the hamstrings, the knees, the ankles, the quads. Good. Reach forward, take the gaze forward as you squat, take the gaze down as you fold, keeping the belly braced the entire time. Final time, squat down. You'll come to a forward fold stretch. Pause here. Notice how my spine gets round, head gets heavy, and just breathe. From here, you're going to come back to that squat. So take that squat once again, set up your feet, reach those arms forward, and from here, you're just going to find a little pulsing action for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. You're going to squat down, you're going to hold, isolate this movement. You should feel some heat, you should feel some sensation. Hold even more, maybe squat 1 inch deeper, challenge yourself, and then we'll take that forward fold once again. Uttanasana. Beautiful. From here, you're going to slowly roll up to a standing position. Feel that energy through the legs. Reach those arms up, palms touch. From here, take it back over to the right. Nice long side body stretch. Come back to center, over to the left. Come back to center, and from here, you're going to bring your arms down by your side. We're going to work into the feet again. So hands on your hips, or you can take your arms out to the side for balance. You're just going to lift your heels and stretch the balls of the feet. You might shift a little, lower the heels. Lift the heels and lower the heels. Lift the heels, lower the heels. Now you'll add the arms. Lift the heels, reach the arms up, Tadasana. See if you can hold your balance. Feel that wobble. You want to work the wobble. You may take a few steps. Just feel the balls of the feet, the toes. Squeeze your butt. And then arms will come down by your side as you lower those heels. You're going to take that seat once again. Hips down. We've been here before. Pause here. Feel that through the hip flexors. And then take that forward fold, Uttanasana. We'll do that again. Roll up to a standing position. Pause. Reach the arms up. Palms touch. Beautiful. Take it to the right. And take it to the left. Come back to center. Stretch up. Look up. And bring those arms down by your side. We'll find 2 relevés. So lift the heels. Reach the arms up. Tadasana. Bring the arms down by your side. Lower the heels. Last one. Reach the arms up. Tadasana. Bring the arms down by your side. Now we'll take that seat once again. From here, let's add on. So we're going to airplane the arms. You're going to shift forward into the balls of the feet and lift the heels. From here, you're going to squat down a little lower. See if you can keep your heels up as you reach the arms forward. And then we'll stand all the way up and fold over the legs. Uttanasana. So good. Pause here, take a little halfway lift. And from here, we're going to plant our palms and step back to a plank position. From here, you really want to focus on the legs. So plank is not weak legs, weak hips. The hips are up in line with the shoulders. Fire through the quads, fire through the heels. And then we'll just shift the hips up and back and take a downward facing dog. The hamstrings should be warm, so go ahead and pedal out those heels. Feel the sensation through the legs. Pause here, just breathe for a moment. So we're going to work into the hips. So I want you to lift your heels, stand on the balls of your feet, feel that Pada Bandha. Drop the heels ever so slightly. Good, now lift the heels once again. From here, you're going to reach your right leg up to the sky with control. Hold the leg up in the sky. Lift from the hamstring, and from here, you're going to take that leg out to the side for a couple hip circles with the leg straight. If this is a little too challenging, you can bend the knee and continue that same motion, working into the hip socket. Notice how my arms are not moving. The action is coming straight from the leg. Take a few more. Might feel some popping or cracking. That's okay. That's a release of that energy. Reach the leg high, and then just step through to a lunge and pop. From here, the gaze goes slightly forward. Bring your back knee down. You're going to cactus the arms. So go ahead and bend the elbows and reach the arms up. Take a little gentle extension. And then we're just going to reach our arms up. Energy through the arms. As we cactus the arms, we're going to lift that back knee up. So pressing to the front of the foot. Bring that back knee down. Two more times. You're going to lift the knee, power through. Reach up as the knee goes down. And last one. Working into the flexors. Working into those hips. Good. From here, frame the foot. Now, from here, you're going to bring the top of that left foot flat. I'm pressing to the top of the foot so that my back knee can almost come off the mat. And then I'm going to gently place the knee back to the mat. Activate through my leg. Pull left heel in towards the glute. And control the release. Pull the heel in towards the glute. Control the release. Notice my chest is lifted. Two more. Good. On this last one, you're going to hold the heel in. Activate that hamstring. Flex the foot. Tuck the toes. Lift the back knee. Pull the energy in as you reach the right leg up. And release downward facing dog. Good. Stretch that out. Take a moment. And we'll switch sides. So go ahead and lift the heels. Reach that left leg to the sky. Pause. So I'm lifting from the hamstring. I'm not letting my hip get away from me. The hips are staying squared off. From here, we'll take those hip circles once again. So the leg extends out to the side and comes back around again. Moving into that hip socket. Activating the little muscles that surround that ball and socket joint. Controlling the movement. And again, you can bend the knee here if you'd like. Reach the leg high, pause, feel that energy, and then bring it back into a lunge. Set up your lunge, so knee over ankle. Find that Pada Bandha through that left foot. Look forward, gaze forward. Bring that back knee down. And cactus the arms once again. Take a little stretch. Feel the foundation of your body. So the hips, the legs, the feet are strong. Arms are going to extend up, stretch up. And then we'll lift the knee as we cactus the arms. Extend the arms as we release the knee. Notice how I'm controlling my back leg. It doesn't slam down. I control the movement up. And I control the movement down. Last one. Go. Bring that knee down. You'll frame the foot. And we'll pause here. Once again, energy is moving into that left foot. Top of the right foot comes flat. Pull my belly in. I can almost lift my knee off the mat if I wanted to. Bring the knee back down. And we'll activate that hamstring. Pulling the heel in. Control the release. Keep the right glute strong. Two more times. Good. Notice how I'm controlling up and down. You'll pull it in, you'll hold it. Feel a little cramp there. That's okay. And then tuck the toes, lift the knee, plant your palms, and extend that left leg up to the sky to release. And release downward facing dog. Pause here. Stretch that out. Notice how your heels are getting a little closer to the ground. Legs are starting to feel warm. Belly is starting to feel warm. So from here, we're going to lift our heels. Bend your knees. Look between your hands. And you can walk or just gently step to the top And stretch over to the
Da, mamă.
good. Come back to center.
Vreau
And
să tragi la
again,
tine.
bring your
Nu
arms
mai
down by your
trage.
side. Hands
Am
to
uite
your
ce-ai
hips.
făcut. Nu, mă, nu, lasă-mă.
Hai că ieși.
Nu.
Keeping the hips square in front of you. You're going to shift all your weight into your left foot and you're going to pull your right knee in towards your chest. So we're working on our balance here. So keep your eyes on something still. If you fall or wobble, just get yourself back into this position. Foot is flexed. I'm just going to point and flex my foot a few times to bring some awareness to the ankle. And then I'm going to point the toe, pull the heel in. Good. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to work into the quad. So depending on how your flexibility is in your hip flexors, you want to pull this upper thigh to the low belly. You'll extend the leg and then bend the knee. Extend the leg, bend the knee. Try not to bend the standing leg either. Try to keep both legs straight and strong. 2 more. Good. Last one. You'll extend the leg, try and hold, and then we'll pull the knee in and release that. Good. Switching sides, shifting all the weight into my right foot. Left knee pulls into the chest, foot is flexed. Get your bearings, set your balance. Keep your arms strong and your chest lifted. From here, just point and flex the foot a couple times. Just bringing a little awareness to the ankle joint. Flex the foot, pause, and then we'll point the toe, pull the heel in, activating the hamstring, and then we'll just extend that leg, firing the quadricep muscle now. And again, if your leg's a little bit lower, that's okay. We're working to strengthen the leg. Our quadricep muscle is one of the biggest muscles we have in our body. Lots of potential to get stronger. 2 more. Good. Extend, try and hold, try and isolate that movement. Keep that right leg strong. Good. You'll pull the knee into the chest to release. And come back to both feet on the ground. Beautiful. Reach those arms up. From here, we'll take that chair pose once again. Hands through heart. This time, knees and inner thighs are going to come together. So big toe mounds are touching. Inner heels are touching. Hips are down and back. Again, notice my belly isn't melting on my thighs. My belly pulls in and up. From here, those arms are going to reach forward. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to open the knees, keep the inner heels and inner toe mounds squeezing together, and we're just going to drop our hips a little bit more, and we're just going to pulse this out. Working into some different muscles through the legs now, creating that thigh master effect. Final 4, 3, 2, get those thighs parallel with the mat, hold. Hopefully you're feeling some heat like I am, and then you're going to straighten the legs, bring those knees together, and let that go. Good. From here, I just want you to toe heel your feet back to about now outer hip width distance apart, so a little bit wider, maybe 2 fist width distance. And you're going to find some length through your upper body. So now we're going to target the hips, outer hips. Once again, you're going to shift all the weight into that left foot. You're going to watch. I'm going to suck my hip up into the socket, keep the foot flexed. I'm going to take it out to the side for 3, for 2, and 1. Here I'm going to pause. I'm going to point the toe, and I'm going to make tiny little circles. If you don't feel this in your hips, you are very strong. Final 3, final 2, final 1. You're going to isolate that movement, feel that in both legs, and then slowly release. Come back to your center, let that stretch out. From here, you're going to take your feet wide, moving the feet, and you're just going to keep your knees open as you drop your hips into a yogi squat or malasana to just stretch that out. Hips down, belly in. If this is too much for you, you can grab a block or just stay up like this with the arms extended. From here, we'll take just a baby forward fold, so just spin those heels out, stretch that out, and then we'll come back to our center. So again, feet about outer hip width distance apart, lift up through all 10 toes, find length through the upper body, and we'll just switch sides. So weight shifts into that right foot, left hip draws up, foot is flexed. We're going to lift this up for 4, controlling up and controlling down. 3, keeping my right hip as stable as possible. 2, and last one, we'll hold it up, point the toes. We're going to go backwards with that leg. Good, so now counterclockwise, little circles. You should feel this in your outer thigh. Final 3, 2, and 1. Keep lifting it up, hold, and slowly release. Notice you saw my legs were shaking. I hope yours are too. Take that forward fold, stretch it out. So after you release that left leg, take here, you're just gonna very simply toe heel your feet back to touch. Take a little halfway lift, find some length. We'll come back to that chair pose. So bend the knees, reach the arms forward, and then we'll airplane the arms as we try to lift the heels once again. Lower the heels, come to full chair, Utkatasana, biceps by the ears. Again, lift the heels, now working into the calf muscles, our balance and our control. 2 more. Beautiful, controlling that movement. Last one, just pause, maybe get a little lower, squeeze the knees, and then come back to that chair pose, sit in that, and straighten the legs as the hands come to heart center, forward fold, Uttanasana. Ooh. Take a pause here. Go ahead and grab onto the backs of the ankles or the backs of the heels and just see if you've gained any space through this stretch. So good. Take a little halfway lift, find some length. Plant your palms and take a vinyasa. Step back to plank. Lift the back of your head as you come down. Chaturanga Dandasana. Lift up for upward facing dog. And from the center of your chest, pull back. Downward facing dog.
Need a professional website? I created one for our startup using Wix. Let me show you how I did it. First,
Good. So take a moment there and breathe. And just stretch that out. Feel the heat through the legs. From here, you're going to lift your heels, bend your knees, look between the hands, and again, walk or hop to the top of your mat. Come back into that forward fold, Uttanasana. Beautiful. And slowly roll up to a standing position. So from here, we're going to work into the progression of a pistol squat. Pistol squat is kind of that ultimate challenge of testing the strength and flexibility of your legs. So from here, we're going to find that Pada Bandha once again, lifting up through all 10 toes and kind of feeling that tripod at the feet. This is all about equal and opposite energy. So as my hips move back, my chest is going to slightly move forward, and that's going to help create that pistol squat shape. It's not just about strength and flexibility, it's about creating that energy and equal and opposite. So I want you to shift the weight into your right foot. This is going to be our standing foundation leg. You're going to pull your left knee into your chest. From here, I'm going to move the knee back. As I bend my right knee, I'm going to come into this kind of low Jiva squat. Notice that my knee isn't going past the ankle. Palms are to touch. I'm just going to pulse this out for 8, 7, 6. You might lose your balance a little. Notice how my left heel is pulling in towards the glute. 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to use my balance to pull that left knee in. From here, I'm going to hold onto the knee. I'm going to flex the foot and take my 2-piece fingers around my left big toe. I'm going to draw my left knee into the midline and see if I can extend the heel. This is a great place to stay. Test your flexibility. If this is not available, hand on the knee. From here, whoop, I'm going to get my balance. Extend the left heel. Now watch, my hips are going to move back. I'm going to reach my right arm forward. I'm going to get as low as I can and then power back up. I'm going to get as low as I can. My hips move down and back. Power up. Final 3. Last 2. Don't let the heel come up. Last 1. Full progression of this pose is being able to come all the way down. And you'll pause there. You can bring those hips down. Extend that left leg. Extend that right leg. And just stretch that out. From here, you're going to sit up. You're going to try not to use your hands. Inner heels, inner toe mounts together. Hips are on the mat. I'm going to press to the center of each heel. And then stand all the way up. Beautiful. Bring your arms down back by your sides. And we're going to shift the weight now into our left foot. Pull right knee into chest. From here, hands are going to come to heart. I'm going to point my toes, move the knee back. Come back to that Jiva squat. So you're going to get your balance. Bend that left knee and cross the midline. Chest is up, belly in, and we're just going to pull this out. Breathing, keeping that knee over the ankle, pressing to the center of the heel. 3, last 2, and 1. Feel that through the leg, pull the knee in. Same thing, my left hand to my left hip, 2-piece fingers around that right big toe. Extend the heel. My shoulder's going to draw back, And I'm gonna take those squats again. My left side is a little weaker than my right, so I actually can't go all the way down on this left side. It is always a progression. So I'm just staying right here to keep the legs warming up. Final 3, last 2, and if you can, go all the way down. Keep those hips moving down and back. Bring those hips down to the mat. You're gonna take your 2-piece fingers around that left big toe and see if you can find that Navasana stretch. Good. Keeping the big toes connected, bring the heels together, press the knees down, and go ahead and interlace your hands underneath the outer edges of your feet for Baddha Konasana. So fingertips interlace underneath the outer edges of those feet. Lift up, feel that energy, feel that heat. And then from here, we're going to plant our feet and roll all the way on to our backs. Arms down by your sides, walk those shoulder blades underneath you, and go ahead and walk those heels in towards your glutes. Again, Pada Bandha, so lifting up through all 10 toes, feeling that energy through the center of each heel. Arms are going to be down, press through the back of your head, and from here, I want you to press your low back into the mat. Keep your glutes strong as you lift your hips for bridge. Again, walk those shoulder blades underneath you, lift your chest, lift up 1 more inch, and slowly release your hips back down to the mat. From here, you'll find Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet come to touch. Bring your hands to your belly. Take a couple breaths here. From here, you'll pull your knees into your chest and just rock yourself up to it. So this is where we end today. Feel free to end with a pigeon pose and a quick shavasana. Remember to visit this video a few times a week to build up your strength.